Hey everyone, it's Tracy here, back with another holiday card series video. Today I'm going to be starting with the Echo Park Holly Jolly Christmas 6x6 paper pad, and I'm going to choose 3 different pattern papers. I have this red one with little like squiggly marks on it, and then I'm going to choose this red and green plaid color, and then I'm also going to pick a that chevron, the green chevron. It's got like a light green and a dark green on it. And then I'm going to use the Simon Says Stamp curved edge die, and I'm going to cut the curved edges on these, and I did cut the pattern paper down so that it will fit on my A2 size card. So you can see I have my die out, and I'm going to start by cutting the bottom, and I'm also going to cut the card base. So the front of the card base is going to have the curved edge, and then the back is just going to be like the regular square. So I'll put that into my Cuttlebug, and then it's kind of difficult because of the curved edge and then the long card base, so you just have to be careful when you're running it through, and you can see I only did part of it. Alright, and then I'm going to take that die and then tape it into place with my washi tape again. So that is the one with the curved edge. So then I'll place it down on that and then run that through my Cuttlebug like I did before. This time it doesn't matter because you can put the die sideways so you can run it all the way through. And then I'll go ahead and take that out. And then the bottom piece, that's the piece I'm going to be using on my card, so you could use the top part for something else. So then I'll go ahead and I want to line this up, and I want the curved part because they're going to fit right into each other. It's kind of like a puzzle. So then I'll go ahead and place my die down where I want it to be, and then move the red pattern paper away and tape my die into place with washi tape. And then I'll go ahead and run that through my Cuttlebug again. So you just kind of gotta measure or think it through before you start die cutting what you want this to look like. And you could also do it only curve the edges that you want and then just overlap them, but this way these all fit into each other and then it will be more flat on the card. So then I'll go ahead and tape that into place on the same piece of my plaid pattern paper. So there's 2 curved edges on each of these pattern papers that I have, except on the top one, which you'll see in a minute. So then the bottom piece of this is going to be the one I'm going to use on my card. And you can see here I show you how they fit together perfectly. And then I'll go ahead and use that middle piece and line that up with my chevron piece like I did before. So I'll go ahead and line the corners up. That one's easier. And then place the die down where I want it to go, and then I'll move my pattern paper and tape my die into place with my washi tape. And then I'll go ahead and run that right through my Cuttlebug, and then that'll be the last die cut that we need for this card. Alright, and then for that chevron one, I'm going to use that upper piece there. Alright, so now we can go ahead and adhere these down onto my white card base. You can see it has the curved edge on the bottom, so I can go ahead and line that right up with that. And then I can go ahead and adhere the middle piece down, and I'm just using my ATG gun for this. And then they all fit right into place, so it's like a puzzle. You just fit each piece into place. You could also cut these by hand too if you don't have the die or a die cutting machine. But the die does make it a lot easier and more even. Alright, so for my image, I'm going to be using the Lawn Fawn Winter Owl stamp set. And I'm going to stamp the owl on a piece of Coordination's 110-pound cardstock. And I like these little stamp sets. They're really easy to use with the one image and then a sentiment, and then there's the 3 hearts that I will also use on this card. And they are much more affordable than a larger stamp set. Alright, I stamped that with my Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and then I'll go ahead and color in with Copic markers. Alright, I just got to color in the little nose, and then I went ahead and fussy cut the owl image out. So next I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm going to do that on the green chevron piece of pattern paper. And I'm going to stamp this with Versamark ink, and before I stamp it, I'll take my powder bag and just put that a little bit over the top of it so that it removes any static from my card. And then I can go ahead and stamp that with my Versamark ink. And then I am going to heat emboss this after I put the Rouge Zing embossing powder on it. It's like the red color embossing powder. And I think if I did this over again, I would actually do it in white, just because the red doesn't stand out quite as much as I wanted it to. Alright, and then I said I was going to use those hearts, so I'm going to use the Royal Red Hero Arts ink. And I'm going to stamp those hearts right above all of my pattern papers in a straight line. I'm just going to make sure I get them all lined up, and then on the other end it doesn't quite line up and one of them goes off the page, but that's okay. Alright, so now I can go ahead and adhere my owl down. I'm going to use these 3D foam squares. These are from Best Creation, and they are the large foam squares. So I'll just remove the backings from those and then adhere that right to the left of my sentiment on my card. And then the last step is going to be to add some clear sequins. These are from Pretty Pink Posh. And I'm just scattering them onto my card, and then I will adhere them into place with my Tombow Mono Multi Glue. And you can also use glossy accents or the multi-matte medium to adhere them into place. And then that is my finished card for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Bye!